Hi everyone. In this lesson video, we are dividing by a 2-digit whole number and a 3-digit whole number. So when we do long division and we set it up in this form where we make this bar that goes up and then straight across, what we do is when we do 364 divided by 26, 364 is called the dividend. The dividend goes underneath this bar. Okay. The divisor, 26, the amount that we're dividing by, goes to the left of that number. And this is how we set up long division. Long division is just one of the ways that we can divide numbers. What I do is I have to ask myself, how many times does 26 divide into 364? And the way we do this is we figure out step by step each place value. Can 26 go into the first place value, the second, the third? So for example, does 26 go into 3? Can I divide 26 into 3 at all? I can't. So nothing is going to go over the 3. Then I don't just look at 3, I look at 36. Can 26 go into 36? Well, it doesn't divide perfectly evenly, right? But how many 26s would fit in 36? How many 26s can you make? You could do 1. 26 times 1 is 26. Okay, so what I do is I figure out how many 26s go into 36 without going over, right? 26 times 2 would be 52. That's going way over 36. So I can fit 126 into 36. And then what we do is we subtract it. We figure out what's the difference between 36 minus the 126 I was able to fit in. It's 10. Now, what we do is we go to the next value that's in our number, 4, and we draw an arrow and we bring that down. So now I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 26 go into 104? Well, 26 times 2 is 52, and 52 times 2 is 104. So if there's two 26s in 52, how many 26s would be in 104? It would be 4. 26 times 4 is 104, and if I subtract them, I'm left with 0. And so I have this beautiful answer of just 14. 364 divided by 26 is 14. So now let's take a look at these three problems. 924 divided by 11. 924 goes underneath the bar. 11 is my divisor. It's on the outside. I ask myself, does 11 divide into 9? No. But does 11 go into 92? Yes. 11 would go into 92 8 times because 11 times 8 is 88. And so I write the 88 underneath my 92. I go and I subtract. 92 minus 88 is 4. Then I go ahead and I bring down the next number that's in my dividend, 4. And then I ask myself the same question. How many times does 11 go into 44? 11 divides into 44 4 times exactly, because 11 times 44 is 44. And when I subtract it, I'm left with 0. And so 924 divided by 11 is 84. Next one, 8,478 divided by 27. Well, 8,478 goes underneath the bar. 27 is on the outside. Does 27 divide into 84? Yes. 27 goes into 84 3 times. And so 27 times 3 is 81. I do 84 minus 81 and I get 3. Then what I need to do is I need to bring down the next number, which will make it now 37. How many times does 27 go into 37? Just once. And that's because 27 times 1 is 27. We do the subtraction. 37 minus 27 is 10. And then I have one more digit here that I need to now bring down. I bring down that 8 to make 108. And then I ask myself, 27 goes into 108 how many times? Well, let's see. 27 times 2 is 54. And 54 doubled is 108. So 27 goes into 108 4 times because 27 times 4 is 108. I subtract them and I get 0. All right, and the last one, 398,440 divided by 56. Does 56 go into 3? No. Does 56 go into 39? No. Does 56 go into 398? It definitely does. So I have to look at 56, maybe do some estimation, like 56 times what? Well, times 8 would definitely go over. Times 7 seems pretty good, 56 times 7. So 50 times 7 is 350. 6 times 7 is 42. 350 plus 42 is 392. That's pretty close. 398 minus 392 is 6. Then we go ahead, we bring down the next number and make that a 54. How many times does 56 go into 64? Once. 56 times that 1 is 56. We go ahead and subtract. 64 minus 56 is 8. Bring down the next 4 to make 84. 56 goes into 84 once. 1 times 56 is another 56. 84 minus 56 is 28. And then I bring down that last 0. 56 goes into 280. Let's see. Well, 5 times 5 is 25, right? So that's just under it. Well, if I do 56 times 5, 5 times 50 is 250. 5 times 6 is 30. And 250 plus 30 is 280. So it's perfect. I end up with 0. And once I get 0, I know that I am done. My answer is 7,115. Awesome. Now let's take a look at doing the same thing, but just dividing by now a 3-digit whole number. So 9,048 under the bar. My divisor, 156 on the outside. Does 156 divide into 9? No. 90? No. 904? Definitely. So if I want to estimate this, well, let's see, 156, if I double it, I'll get a little over 300. And then if I multiply that by 3, I'll get a little over 900, but it's only 904. So 6 might be too big, but 5 would work the best. 156 times 5. And if you have to do a little math work on the side to do your multiplication to figure out how many times it goes in, then that's what you would do. 156 times 5 is 780. We subtract at that point. After we subtract, we bring down the next number. And then we just do the same. 156 goes into 1288. I would have to figure out how many times, maybe a little math on the side. The answer ends up being 8. And I get my answer. So if through any of these problems, you're like, well, I wouldn't have known how many times it divided by, that would just mean that you do a little side work on the side. Let me test out 156 times 8. Up, it's perfect. Or if I did 156 times 9, I'm going to get a way bigger number than 1288. And I know that I went too big and I have to work myself down. Awesome. All right, guys. So these last 3 problems, it's really the same procedure over and over. I'm going to put my 68,376 under the bar. My 777, my divisor, will go to the left. 777 doesn't go into 6, won't divide into 8, doesn't go into 683. It's going to have to go all the way into 6837. And so you would have to do a little bit of math to figure that one out, but it does go into it 8 times. 777 times 8 will get you 6,216. And then we would go ahead and subtract. The subtraction here is easy. We get 621. Then we have to bring down the next number 6. And then we do it all over again. 777 goes into 6216. Well, if we know that we just did 777 goes into 8, multiplied by 8 gets me 6216. Then I know 777 times another 8 would get me another 6216. And I end up at 0. Next one, I put my big 132,678 inside the bar. 234 goes on the outside. 234 will not go into 1. 13, 132, it's got to go all the way into 1,326. I would figure out that this goes into this number 5 times. 5 times 234 would get me 1170. Subtract those out. Bring down the 7. So now I have 1,567. 234 divides into this number 6 times. 234 times 6 is 1404. Do my subtraction. Bring down that very last 8 to now make it 1638. And 234 goes into 1638 exactly 7 times. And I'm left with 0 at the end. Last one, guys. I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and do the math and then press play to check your answer. So go ahead, press pause. All right, hopefully you just pressed play. You discovered that 504 goes into 1159 twice, which would give me 1008. Subtract that out and then bring down the 2 to get 1512. And 504 goes into 1512 exactly 3 times. And I'm left with 0 at the end. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.